Good afternoon. Kanatana Kalsa. We're going to continue the Kundalini Core Foundations series. Yesterday we talked about the 5 pranas. So, in the way I personally do this practice, I begin with the dragon breath, breath of fire, 30 minutes, then go into the 5 pranas. And then once, maybe twice a week, I would do the organ cleansing of the 5 organs. So Kundalini Core Foundations is all preparation before you do any exercises for raising. I don't like to say raising Kundalini. Your Kundalini is already raised, but opening the Kundalini channel. You have to prepare the body. So you have to make open space for that energy to run freely. So that's what I mean by core foundations. There's a lot of discursive emotions stuck in the body that block the meridians, block the nadis. If they're blocked, the power centers of the body, what we call chakras, which are just different ways that we use body on our physical manifestation here on Earth. You don't have full facility to that once these discursive energies are blocking all that. So we like to go directly into the source of that. And it's just stuck, old stuck memories. But this is Tantra. This all comes into the system of Tantra. And in Tantra, we're presuming you have a knowledge, you've gone past this sort of dualistic thinking of right and wrong. In other words, doing things because of considerations of philosophical morality or punishment, anything like that. And Tantra presumes you've reached a certain maturity that you do things or don't do things because you have a goal in how you want to use your energy. So, say, speaking of like relationships, you don't get into relationships, bad relationships, because it's you're going to get an outside punishment, or it's for moral considerations. You stay out of relationships you shouldn't be in because it takes a lot of energy to deal with it and a lot of energy to get out of it. And I want that energy for something else. I need that energy to be used for something else. So we're up at that layer of philosophical maturity here. So there's no exorcism of bad energies in Tantra. We take every energy we have and we transmute it to something more beneficial to us. So we'll have stuck energies that certainly aren't beneficial to ourselves and others, but the idea is not to exorcise it like you have some kind of demon in you. It's to grasp it and mold it and chew on it and change it to something that becomes positive. And by learning to do that, that's how we learn to handle by learning to do that in our body first, that's how we learn to handle the energies in our environment and how to facilitate properly working the whole natural energies of the universe. So we're going to start with our own organs. The first one, I had a Taoist teacher once who used to say to me, you people in the West have this idea, this separation of this idea of God and Goddess. There's some kind of line of demarcation, and we're here in this, whatever it is, God is out there. But if we're talking about the experience of oneness, yoga, he would say, if you can't find that God in your own liver, where are you going to find it? If this idea of this oneness and energy and love and incomparable energies everywhere. If you can't find it in your own liver, where are you going to find it? So we're going to start by working the liver. I'm going to give you the key energy signatures and the key words, and then we're going to go organ by organ and transmute everything that's stuck in these organs to turn it into something beneficial for yourself. So we'll start with the liver. Think of the liver, the color is green. Color in these practices means emotion. So when I'm saying color, I want you to invoke the emotion. In the practice of yoga, especially Tantra, we don't wait for something on the outside to give us an experience. It's very much like being an actor. You have to invoke that experience from the inside and then use that experience to concentrate in the organs and gain control of your body. You're learning to gain control of the body. You're also learning to gain control of your emotions and your imagery and your thinking. So when I'm saying green, I'm thinking, what emotion does that invoke for you? For me, I look outside and I see the green trees. It reminds me of spring. In other words, freshness. And I invoke that feeling as if I'm a director in a movie set. I want you to walk into a scene and everybody's feeling dull in an old dark bar and stuff, and I want you to come in and convince everybody that you're just walking freshness itself. So you do that. You invoke it. So the liver's sitting over here. The thing that damages the liver is pent-up anger, anger that we haven't digested and turned into something useful for ourselves. The sound we use is shh, like you're saying to a baby, shh. It's a gentle sound, shh. I know you're angry, you're all ticked off for all kinds of reasons, but this adult comes along and just goes, shh. All those reasons will change. So again, we go back to this idea. We have these separate organs. In this practice, each organ has its own kami, its own spirit, and we learn to talk to our own body, and that's how we bring the body into balance and learn to control it. That you have all these organs that are doing all these amazing things all the time, and you talk to them like they're friends of yours, and they're servants who work in your household to do all these main things. And if you want to form a relationship and have a flow of energy, of love between them, you pay attention to them, and you honor them, and you thank them for their work. That's very much the spirit of this practice. So the first thing is the anger, the old pent-up anger in the liver. You're going to inhale this fresh, brand new life force and color it with the color green. Add the emotion of freshness. And then it sits down there on that liver, and I'm talking about the liver and gallbladder. And then the sounds as you exhale. The energy, the imagination you're using is if you're squishing all that tension, all that anger is stuck in that liver, and you're squishing it down to nothing. Or you're in the inside and you're pushing out, pushing all that anger out. You can either do it either way. Or in this practice, we're only going to do 3 times in each organ. But when you do this on your own, you can do it as many times as you want. You can spend up to an hour, 2 hours if you want on each organ. And in that time, you can do both ways. You can squish it in or push it out. If the emotion arises as we do this, let it arise. That's the purpose of it. If old anger starts to come up as we're doing this, go with it and just keep injecting that fresh, brand new prana and that green energy into it, and find it will disperse. So first, bring your attention down into your liver. And I want you to take a big inhale of green, fresh energy. Drop it into your liver and the gallbladder. And then very gently again, fresh, brand new life force, green. Inhale it down into the liver. And any anger that comes up, just let it come up. Squish it down to nothing or push it out. again. Inhaling green. Invoke that energy, that freshness. I'm making the sound a little louder, but when you're doing this on your own, actually the quieter the sound, it actually is more powerful. So it's almost you hear the sound just inside the liver. Now I want you to drop a smile down into the liver. When I say smile, I mean go up to your face, feel the smile, but it's not just the smile, the physical smile. I want you to think of something that brings you joy in your life. Some event, your children, your family, your love, whatever. Feel that joy, feel it in your face, and it drops down through your body. It moves like warm honey. The consistency of warm honey comes down to your neck, and then it drops down, goes over to the right, and sits down right under there, under your right rib cage, and down into the liver, and the gallbladder, and just feel that smile drop right into the liver. As I've said many times, there's a lot of imaginary practices in this practice. In the beginning, it's imagination, but you keep doing this, and you'll see just a few days you will actually feel the physical organ move. So it's called organ smiling. And you communicate with your liver. That's this wonderful being that lives inside of you. Actually, in Eastern medicine, the liver is called the general. When your liver is functioning properly, the general plans everything and takes everything, executes everything exactly, precisely, carefully, and takes great initiative. When the liver's off, we kind of lose that ability. There's a sort of a sharpness to it. That anger, when transmuted, turns to what's called diamond clarity, to see things clearly and act clearly. Smile into the liver and thank your liver for all the work it does. See if the liver has anything to say to you. Are you doing anything to your liver that damages it? And the liver will tell you what to eat, what not to eat. You're drinking too much, or there's something you need to add to your diet. This is the craft of yoga, learning to listen to your body and intuit. Body intuitively will tell you what you know. You don't wait for something on the outside or experts. Your body's the greatest expert there is. We just have to listen. Now you bring your awareness slowly up into the heart. Heart's not right in the middle, it's just slightly to the left of center. Physical organ. The color is red. Invoke the energy of red. To me, red is vitality, passion, fire, enthusiasm. What damages the heart is subtle lies, self-lies, not expressing yourself truly. The example I like to get is could be little things. You go to a party and there's someone who's just cracking bad jokes and everybody kind of laughs politely, but really inside you're thinking, what a jerk. And that not being truthful and expressing yourself or walking away damages the physical heart. You take a lot of experiences like that and you're actually limiting the energy of the field of your heart. That's what damages it. The sound is ha, H-A-A-A, ha. It's not just a sound, it's an ecstasy. All the seed syllables for the word of the creator, the source, all around the world has that seed syllable of ah, ah, Brahma, Vishnu, Allah, Wakan, Damka. Ah. You're making love, you hear the sound ah. So you're dropping that feeling of ecstasy, you're inhaling that into the heart. And as you're exhaling, you're squeezing down all that tension that has been caused by not being completely honest in your expression. So it's inhaling the red, fire, the passion, new energy. And then you're squishing the heart down into a little sack, or you're on the inside pushing out that negative energy. Taking another breath, red, passionate energy into the heart. And then another one. And remember when I said practice on your own, you can do this very softly. Use your imagination, pushing out that negative energy, that old stuck. It's almost like shame of not being yourself. Now find your smile. Find that thing that brings you joy, that brings you back to the now. And feel that energy dropping down from your face, down your neck, and it sits right down in the heart, makes the heart smile, the actual physical organ. And I want you to communicate with your heart. Thank your heart for all the thankless work that it does 24/7. Amazing amount of heart. Amazing amount of work the heart does. And you thank the heart, and you listen. You pick up the inner signals. Is the heart telling you something you need to do, something you need to stop doing? And you treat this heart and all the organs of your body like respected people in your life. And you make promises, and you keep those promises. That smile, lift the heart up. Then that energy starts to filter off from around the heart, and we go into the lungs. You see that beautiful image of the Sufis of the heart surrounded by the wings? Those are the lungs. The color of the lung is white. The emotion for me of white is purity, freshness, fresh mountain air, fresh brand new life force, virgin, something brand new. So you're taking that into the lungs, and what damages the lungs is old stuck sadness, things we haven't worked out, sadness in our life. So you're taking this fresh brand new purity into that situation of old stuck energies, and the sound we make is S, 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 S. Like the liver was shh, the lungs is S. So invoke that emotion of fresh, pure mountain air, life force into the lungs. The old stuff is stuck, is now surrounded with this fresh force. And squish it down or push it out. If old sad memories come up, just let them. That's what's supposed to happen. Take another breath. Inhaling that white energy. again, inhaling white energy. Feel the sacs of the lungs. And invoke that smile. That happiness that is in your life. Let it drop down your face, your neck. Consistency of warm honey down into the lungs where that new, fresh warmth meets the old, stale, and dissolves it. Feel those lungs lift in that smile. You can use your imagination in any way to imagine the lungs lifting and smiling. And I promise you, a few days' work, you'll actually feel the organs move and lift. We call it upright energy. As time goes on, the energy of the organs inside the body sag, and we want to bring that upright, fresh energy back to them. Now drop your attention down into your stomach. By stomach, I'm talking about the whole plexus, the stomach, small intestine, here, and then a little over to the left here is the pancreas, and behind that is the spleen. So I'm talking about that whole complex, stomach, small intestine, pancreas, and spleen. The color is yellow, solar, the sun, solar plexus. The imagery, the emotion to me of yellow is the power of the sun, infinite power of the sun. Nothing can stop that power on Earth. What damages that area is anxiety. Anxiety is sometimes not a defined fear. It's almost unique to humans. That humans will feel fear of things that they're not quite even know what they are. They'll just feel for no reason at all, anxiety. The sound we're using is a deep guttural whoa, W-H-O-O, so it's a so you squeeze in that whole area with that deep sound, and inhale fresh solar yellow energy. Why should you be anxious about anything? You have the whole power of the sun available to you. Suck that into the body. Create the emotion of that in your body. And then squish down or push out all that anxiety, all that old energy. And again, inhaling yellow. Find your smile. Let that smile drop down to the solar plexus area. And I want you to thank the stomach, the pancreas, the spleen, the small intestine. Listen to them. Find out if there's anything they need to tell you. You're eating something you shouldn't be, or you need to add something you should add. communicate with them. Feel that sense of appreciation of everything that all these organs do for you. They have intelligences of their own. Thank them and smile into them. And then bring that awareness back behind the pancreas and spleen into the kidneys. Adrenal and kidney. Adrenal would be right about the level of your two lowest floating ribs in the back here. The color is blue, water. Blue to me is the blue sky, deep blue sky, expansive, or the water of the ocean, flowing, continuous flowing. The kidneys filter the body, keep all the waste moving. What damages the kidneys is fear. So there's the anxiety in the stomach, but this is fear. This is primal fear. This is fear of survival, death. Even if you don't have that in your life around you immediately, there's many people on this earth that do. So you will pick up those emotions. And also it's good to know that these practices also help other people, because there is a oneness to things. So as you do this cleansing and work on your discursive emotions, you're going to help the environment around you. So think of all the many people who have that deep fear, people who have to live in war zones and stuff. And the sound is H-O-O-O. It's not as guttural as the stomach sound. Just a light. And this one is an actual movement. You're inhaling. As you're exhaling, you're pushing the stomach in as if you're squishing the kidneys back against the ribs. Then inhaling that blue, the emotion of blue, amazing circulation. Think of the circulation of the whole earth around the ocean, all around the earth, just constantly moving. And that stuck energy of fear, push it out. Again, breathe in blue, endless circulation. It's the whole key to health in the body. In the Eastern medicine is circulation, stagnation. Something's stagnating, it's going to get sick. As long as it's circulating, it'll stay well. Inhale in that blue into those kidneys and then push them back. Pulling that stomach in as you exhale. And inhaling. Find your smile. Find that thing that makes you happy. Feel it drop down real slow through the body into the kidneys. Smile into the kidneys. Listen to them. Is there anything you're doing or not doing? Are you drinking enough water? Are you drinking too much water? Is there some kind of food you need to help filter the kidneys? And you thank the kidneys. You communicate with them. It's an amazing job they do to keep your body clean. If you do get the information that you're doing something that's wrong or needs to be changed. You communicate and you create the respect of friendship, and you keep your promises. This is how we bring the body into harmony. All the organs working as one. Remember in the earlier classes we talked about this sense of yoga unity in the body, which allows for feeling the unity with the whole rest of the universe around you. And then finally we end, this is not an organ, this is called triple warmer. And this is where you take all those energies, all that, just anything that's left that's discursive in there, and we drop it down to the power center in our belly. So think of the triple warmer as like 3 balls, ball up here, top warmer, middle warmer, and then a lower warmer. 3 balls sitting on top of each other. And we use the sound he, she, he. And imagine the energy from the top just going down as you exhale. So it's pushing any of the discursive energies that are left in your organs down so that all meets in the lower belly where it becomes part of your heat and your power. So all these stuck emotions, remember, we don't exercise them from the body, we turn them into a unity. That energy now turns into your digestive ability, your sexual energy for procreation and pleasure and healing. Anything that was not working and not moving now is moving, and that whole idea becomes a unity and becomes power to you. So as you inhale, then feel all this old energy dropping down as you exhale. And then it ends right underneath the belly button, about 1 inch, and it all just sits there. Bring that smile there. Inhale again. So like you're a can of water and you've got a hole in the bottom, and then it just slowly drains out. It becomes empty up top. The top warmer becomes empty. The middle warmer becomes empty. Then the bottom warmer, all of it just comes down and sits in that bottom warmer. So take that breath again and let it move down. One last time, inhale. Fresh, brand new life force. And let it push down the old. It all drops into that lower warmer and becomes a unified force. That plexus point below the belly button, the navel there, you can feel the warmth in your sexual organs, digestive organs, goes down into your legs. And then when you stand up, we're not going to do it here, but I suggest you do either stretch the legs or do frogs, connect your feet to the earth and ground that energy. Right now it's just sitting there in the belly cooking and filling your legs. Smile into that lower belly. Feel that body as one piece of energy moving harmoniously together. And then relax. So again, that's what I mean by core foundation practices. So from here, for people who are into Kundalini, the next thing you do be something like going to Nabi Kriya or Sodarshan. In other words, now you're going to build the capacity of that belly to handle all this new energy. You've taken all the discursive energies. That's what I mean by core foundations. Get all the negative energy moving out first so it becomes one cohesive piece of energy. And then that's the energy, the fresh energy that you want to put back, moving back into the organs or back into your Kundalini channel. You don't want stale negative energy to do that. So this is core foundations. Do all that cleaning work first, and then you go into your deeper practices. That's the practice. Thank you very much. We'll come back and go deeper into this in the next few days. More cleansing before we actually open into the Kundalini channels.